Hey, Kimberly, thanks for being on this video chat. I appreciate your time here. Why don't we just start off by you telling us a little bit about you, like your name, where you're from, and then a little bit of background.
Okay. So my name is Kimberly. I live in California. I'm currently doing real estate and loans, but we all know real estate, sometimes it can take you months before you get your next commission check. So I decided to start looking into passive income because I wanted my bills to be on autopilot to where basically I'm generating passive income and all my bills are paid off and then I have some extra money. And then plus California is expensive. Like you have to have more than one source of income.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So when you say you're in real estate, you mean you're a realtor?
Yes, I'm a realtor.
Okay. I used to be a realtor, so I understand waiting for the next commission check. Okay. So that got you interested in passive income. So how did you get interested in the ATM business?
I tried other things first. I kind of jumped a little bit into Forex, but it just wasn't clicking.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also attempted, I told my boyfriend that we needed to start, thinking of a passive source of income. Obviously real estate is another one, but real estate requires a lot of money,
mm-hmm.
Like to get rental properties and all that. And then you have a mortgage and then you have a tenant and you have all these things. So I wanted something really simple, like the simplest thing that is going to where the return on investment is going to be really, really good and really fast. So basically, I was looking at something to where I would get my money back within 2 to 6 months.
Okay. And then how did you learn about ATMs?
I was on Instagram one day and there was like some local Instagram guys that live like close to me.
Right.
And that's kind of what sparked my interest. I kind of just let it there though. And then my boyfriend brought it up to me. He told me, yeah, we should like look into ATMs. So I was like, okay. So I started YouTubing stuff and their stuff kept coming up. But on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, you can pay. So basically they were paying to pop up.
For sure.
So then I got interested and I hit up the guys on Instagram and I joined their group, but their Facebook group was kind of dead. There was nobody in it saying anything. And they had a Telegram group, which hadn't been used in like 6 months, but I was like, whatever, maybe everyone's just successful minding their own business. So I jumped into their program and I just had so many questions. And, I kind of just felt like I was just left in the dark. So I was confused.
So you bought another ATM training program and then you were confused by it because nobody was helping you with questions.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. So then how did you find me?
I just started scrolling through the videos. I saw a few other guys and then I saw a girl and I was just like, you know what, let me try the girl because I feel like women teach different than men. Sometimes they can connect with each other on a different level. So I was like, I'm going to just go with her. And I started seeing that yours had the most views. So I was like, wait, why does she have the most views? Maybe she's been around longer. Maybe she knows what she's doing. So then I was just like, I started getting interested. I watched all your videos on YouTube. And then I believe I reached out to you on the link, one of the links. And then we had the meetup. And then, I just decided right then and there, I invested way too much time into this that I just can't move back. I have to keep going forward.
Right. Okay. You already invested time and energy and effort. Yeah. And money. Right. Okay. Cool. So did you have like a concern, like a big concern with getting involved with my training?
No, let me see. Well, okay. My only concern was that I just wanted it to be worth it because I just felt like the first ATM people that I tried to go with that route, like they just, I don't know. I didn't know if it was going to be a scam. I didn't know anything. I just wanted it to be real. And I wanted to get through those hurdles that I needed to get in order to have a successful business.
Right. Okay, cool. And now, did you think it was worth it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I made a post the other day that there's no way I would have gotten to where I was if it was, everything just was timed perfectly to where I got I believe it was, I don't know who it was, I don't want to say the wrong name, but someone in the group told me, go to this bank, go there, then they sent me there, then they sent me to, I basically ended up where I needed to be.
Right, exactly.
Before the person moved because he's no longer at that branch.
I remember. I totally remember. All right, very
It's just perfect timing.
And so the thing that made you decide to get my training was you invested a lot of time, you invested a lot of effort, you got no results, so you want to implement so you can get results, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome, cool. So let me ask you this. How long did it take you to actually place your first ATM?
Okay, so I had already been at it for like a month before I came across your videos, and I was stuck. And, you know, I spoke about this countless times. I was stuck because I couldn't find an ATM. A lot of people say finding an ATM in California is probably the hardest state. So once I got into the group, you know,
You mean a bank?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. What did I say? You said ATM.
Oh, okay, bank. Finding a bank, yeah. So so then that's when I got into the private Facebook group, and then they told me, oh, go to this place. Then I went there, and then, you know, they told me it was going to take 6 weeks. 6 weeks ended up being like 12 months. But then, you know, eventually everything just went well. And then 2 months later, I started looking. That's when I started looking. I started making flyers, like the business card, the website, everything. I started doing all my marketing stuff. And then from start to my first placement was probably 4 months. But that 3-month gap was because I didn't have a bank.
The bank account. So once you got your bank account, it took you like a month to find your first spot.
Yeah. Once I got the bank account, it's easy. Now it's just finding locations and having the capital, the money to buy an ATM and put money in it, because this one ATM that I have right now is where all my time and money is invested.
So let's talk about that one a little bit. So how many do you have placed right now?
I have placed 2. I had ordered a third one because I was almost certain. He had told me verbally yes 3 times, and we met up, went over the contract. Everything was fine. We literally just had to sign, and I don't know what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So you have 2, but you got 2 placed, but one that's waiting for another place.
Yes. One's just waiting for another place. Okay. But that one, like I said, that one is just keeping me really busy.
Yeah. So how are those 2 that you have doing?
The barber shop, I think it made around $200 the first month. Okay. It goes through like 2,000 every week, every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So like 1,000 a week. It's not too busy. We kind of want to move it after the 90 days, only because, you know, I want something that's going to at least give me 300 a month.
Right. Yeah.
Like 5 transactions a day, you know, 3 minimum, but it'll go days without being used.
Okay.
However, the second one is literally like having 3 or 4 barber shops, because it gets so many people using it. Like I think I looked up because I happened to walk by it, and it was just the location that had just opened, and you know, they required cash for all their arcades and everything, and they didn't have an ATM there. So I immediately just pitched the idea to them, and then the next day it just happened that they were interested, and then I came back. They said to come back in a week so I could think about it, and then boom, they signed. It was the easiest one yet.
That's awesome.
And then I was anticipating 5 transactions during the day, 10 on the weekend. This machine hits 10 every single day. And then the first weekend, it did 50. Then the second weekend, it did 55. And then just this weekend, it did 70 transactions in one day.
Holy crap. And what's the surcharge you got there?
It's $3.
So how long how long have you had this machine placed?
It hasn't even been a month.
Oh my gosh. You're killing it. It hasn't even been a month.
Yeah, it hasn't even been a month. They're expanding their hours of operation. It used to be 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. They're going to make it 1 p.m. to 2 a.m. So
wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be open for way longer. They're going to get beers, like a beer tap, liquor, their liquor license. Because right now they only sell canned beers and stuff, or bottled beers. And their grand opening is this weekend. So
and they haven't even had their grand opening yet.
They haven't even had their grand opening yet.
That's
so
awesome.
Like I was telling everybody in the group, the owners anticipated going to $2,000 in a week, at most 2, because that's how much people have asked for cash back in their first week they were open. The second week they were open is when I came in. So those $2,000 didn't last but a few days. You know? It was more like 3,300. Then the second week it was 5,000. Now the third week we were hitting close to like 6,500. Wow. Fives. You know how many fives that is?
That's a lot of fives.
Yeah, it's a lot of fives. So just that one machine is keeping me really busy. And I feel really like happy and blessed when my machine hits 70 transactions in one day, when I've heard other people say, oh, that's what my machine makes in a month.
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Wow. Yeah. You got to be really thrilled with that.
Yeah. And I had to talk to the owners yesterday when I met up with them that, hey, this machine doesn't hold the amount of money that your business requires. So I'm going to have to make some alterations to it. And I'm thinking about pitching that idea that, you know, it's going to cost me more money to have that type of machine at their business. So I do want to sign that 1-year contract with them.
Nice. I like it.
But they did tell me yesterday something that gave me some peace of mind. They told me, oh my God, just the machine being there relieves some stress off from our backs because we don't have to keep going to get fives. That's your guys' job now. We don't have to have somebody just constantly passing out like, you know, cash back from their drawer, from their
right.
Yeah. So it made me feel like they want it and they like us because we're there. The machine has never once like gone to zero. Even though sometimes when I check it, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to hit zero. It's going to hit zero.
Awesome. Now, when you go to fill the machine, do you go by yourself or does your boyfriend go with you? Or how do you do that?
I go by myself. If we can, we go together. Mm-hmm. It is a 1-hour drive in traffic. It's a little bit more, but we kind of try. We're still figuring out the schedule because, like I said, the amount of money that this machine needs just keeps increasing and increasing. Like we're estimating now, as of this past week that passed by, definitely that machine needs $7,000 at the hours that it's open right now. If they increase the hours of operation from 1 to 2, and they throw in some liquor and a DJ, I don't know.
Girl.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. That's a good problem to have.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. And the reason I asked you about filling it is just because you're a female. And I know sometimes women are like, oh, what about safety and what like that? So tell me, why don't we talk about that? How do you feel about that?
To be honest, what I've been doing is I'll just get like a brown paper bag that looks like I'm just carrying food, and I'll put the money in there and I just walk right in. I walk in 30 minutes before they're open. So I'm usually the only one. And awesome. If my boyfriend's there, he does it, and no one's going to bother him. He's a big guy, you know? Yeah. But yeah. And then they'll open the arcade a little bit earlier so I can go in there too.
Awesome. So you've always felt safe.
Yeah, I've never not felt safe.
I mean, you've always felt safe and secure. You've never felt unsafe.
Yeah. I've always felt safe. There's never, it's yeah.
Awesome.
The barbershop, he strictly fills it because it's where he gets his haircut. So he's always doing that.
Well, that's convenient for you.
Yeah. And, you know, we're actually, after this call, we're going to go look at like 3 or 4 more potential locations because we need to place that third ATM.
Nice. Yeah, there's nothing like putting a fire under your butt like having an ATM in your garage sitting there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, very cool. Let me ask you this. What has been your favorite part of my training program so far?
I think the Facebook group is my favorite because someone posts every day on there. Like you always hear everyone's success stories and it pushes you. And I've made great friends with some of the people in there, even though I've never met anybody physically. It's like we have our own little community of ATM, you know, business owners. So that's nice. And also that the cheat thing on the website that you give us that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Nice. Now, what about, you like the coaching calls too?
Yeah. I'm a little bit confused. I don't know if we're only allowed 8 or something. That's something I saw somewhere. I like the calls. I just don't know how many I have left. I'm confused.
Right. I'll help you with that after we get off of here. But you like the calls? I mean,
I like the calls.
Because I know sometimes a lot of folks, like we have this community, like a little family on the Facebook group, but I know sometimes on the calls, like let's say you share your story or your issue or whatever, and then like the next week somebody's like, oh, what happened to Kimberly? What's going on with Kimberly? You know what I mean? Like people, they really care, you know, you guys all care about each other's success, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, I think it just pushes us to just, you know, keep doing better, you know. I was like, you know, it is really a business where it's then there's not a limited amount of funds. Like there's money for everyone to make.
Yeah, no doubt. 100%. And you know what? You're in California. Daniel's in California. There's a bunch of people in California, and you're all making money. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know, so much opportunity. So what do you think, what's it like having a successful ATM business? Like, how has it impacted you so far?
I mean, I'm still really, really early on. Like my first machine is in its second month. My second machine, hasn't completed its first month, but like, you know, if things keep going the way they're going, which I think they are, and maybe even better, it's nice knowing that you have invested your money into an asset, something that's going to bring you money, you know, and it just gives me a peace of mind knowing that literally this one machine is going to pay probably like 75% of my rent.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and California's not cheap.
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking when you said that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it is. And I'm just going to keep going, just keep placing them. Like that's how I started looking at it. I want to get enough ATMs to pay my rent, then the utilities, then car payment. So that way, like they're just paying everything. And I can focus on real estate and not have to worry about where my next check is going to come to pay my bills because my bills are on autopilot.
Right. I love that. I love that mindset that you have. And that's what I try to explain to people. I'm like, look, to be financially free, you don't have to be a billionaire. You just need to have a passive income stream that's paying all your bills.
Yeah.
And then you have the freedom to do whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. I love that. I love that, Kimberly. What do you think, for you personally, is the number one reason that you've been successful with my training program?
Honestly, I think it's patience for me personally, because I could have gave up so many times. I had to be patient and persistent. And sometimes you just need that, how would I word this? Like I wouldn't have everything. Okay. Me being patient helped, me being persistent helped, and me just taking that jump and joining your mentorship, because there's information on there that I wouldn't have found anywhere else, like the secret website, the Facebook group that led me to the bank. Not only just the bank, the bank, and then the branch, and then the city, and then the actual
person.
Business. Yeah, the person. So it's like I just think just staying on top of things, and you know, once you place your first one, then you want to place your second one, then you want to place your third one. So just being persistent.
Yeah. And you really, I think out of everybody so far, really had to be patient and persistent because of waiting for that bank decision, you know? Took forever.
I know. I see some of the guys in there, they're like, walked into my first bank, got a bank account. And I was like, what? When I'm telling you, I went to over 25 banks, like, oh my God, it was crazy. But you know what? I think my ATM is probably one of the ones that kicks ass the most in there.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that, girl. And I was when I was doing this with Daniel, I was letting people know, like, California, out of all the states, California is the toughest to get a bank account. So sometimes people need to understand they need to be like you and be patient, you know? And then I'm so happy that you are kicking so much butt right now because of all the patience that you had. All right, awesome. So what's been your favorite thing about your actual ATM business so far?
I just think it's a different mindset to be a business owner and think of assets and passive income, and you get to meet the other business owners, and you get to see it's like it's a small world of business owners. So I just think it's going to lead to more leads and more placements in the future. You know, everybody tries to rush things, but I've realized now as an adult that sometimes we just have to be patient.
And you've learned patience a lot lately.
Yes. I've been very patient with a lot of things.
Yeah. And you know, for you, I think meeting these business owners will help you with your ATM business, but it'll probably also help you with your real estate business.
Yeah. I haven't pitched to anybody yet, just because, you know, we're so early on. I don't want to, you know, as a realtor, I'm just like, everybody knows. If they don't know, then I'll tell them eventually. But I don't want to just shove it down people's throats right now.
Yeah. You want to concentrate on building your ATM business right now. Yep. But then, you know, you'll start building these really great relationships with these business owners. You'll become friends. So then eventually they'll know.
She was already talking about inviting us to her wedding. Like, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's awesome. See?
Yeah. So you do. Then that's what I think it is. It's building these relationships and where everyone's winning, because she said it yesterday. She's like, oh my God. Cause we went Saturday and Sunday to fill up the machine because it keeps running out of money. And, so we went Sunday. And then she asked me, hello?
Yep. I said, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, she asked me Sunday, oh my God, you guys are back again. Like, did the machine do well? I was like, yeah. And I was like, listen, that's when I had to pitch the idea that we might need to get the 1-year contract because we have to make some adjustments to the ATM. Because that cassette is not cheap. The 2000 note cassette is like $400. It's like $400.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And plus the money for the ATM. And then they want a topper on the ATM. So, like I want to make sure that it's going to be a location where it's going to be like, set for a year. I don't want to have to worry every month.
Sure. Yep. 100%. Good idea. And she went for it?
I haven't sat down yet. We want to sit down after the 90 days. And that's when I want to tell them everything. Like, this is how much money we had to put in. Your location's so busy. So we had to do this. And then you guys wanted the topper. So is it okay if we, has our service been good? Can we sign a 1 year, just for the piece of, just for peace of mind for us,
Right. Exactly.
Money.
Yeah.
I was to fill it up.
I think she'll be all right with it. I mean, it sounds like you guys have a great rapport.
Yeah. I think we're good too, because my boyfriend gets along great with the guy. I get along great with her. Like, we're good. We're cool.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear all this with you, Kimberly. I mean, I really was pulling for you. I was like, I hope this bank account goes through. Well, let me ask you this. What would you say to someone who's thinking about my training program and they're on the fence? What would you say to them?
I would say, there's a lot of training programs out there. It seems like every time I go on YouTube, there's more. I don't know what they charge, but sometimes that saying, you get what you pay for, is true. Because I attempted another ATM business guru route or whatever, mentorship, and they left me. They left me, and then now apparently some crazy stuff's going on with them. But you definitely get your money's worth. Like, if you do have that money set aside and you do want to learn the way to, start generating passive income, I would say go Carey Zero, because I'm here. Like I said, I wouldn't have been where I'm at without all those pieces of information. And it wasn't just one, it was multiple. And, she gives you the Facebook group, these secret things on the mentorship. The modules are very in-depth. I think you're the only one, and you're a female, that actually knows the parts and how to do everything and set it up yourself, because none of the other guys, they don't do that. They just, they told us when you place your ATM, just pay $300 and they do everything for you. And I'm just like, no, I want to learn how to set it up and do everything, and you actually have all those videos in there, the loading of the cash, the bolting. I don't think none of those guys bolt their machines and all that.
Wow. So, yeah, and you see all the service and the maintenance videos in there, so you literally can watch a video and then do it to your machine.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So now, if you had to do everything all over again, including waiting for that bank account, would you do it all over again?
I would, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's totally paying off for you.
It is. And I haven't even done 1 month, and I'm already like, wow, that machine is kicking so much ass. Like,
what is it up to so far this month in surcharges before the month's even over? Do you have a tally in your mind yet?
Because we did switch to, it kind of confused me. So I don't know yet.
Okay.
But, to be honest, I don't know. That machine it just keeps doing better and better as the weeks go by.
Yeah.
But I'm estimating at the way that the first and the second and the third week went. I don't even know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
That's all right. No problem. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you spending time with me. I want to ask you, is there any final words you want to say to anybody that might be watching this?
I think that, being in a situation where you don't have help from anybody, that's kind of what helped me. I didn't have anything to lose. I wasn't moving forward. I had literally hit a wall. So with Carey, you can go on YouTube, you see all the videos she's made, all the comments on there, her Facebook page. I think that you have a free Facebook program or Facebook chat. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, the proof is there, you know, like all you have to do is just implement the blueprint and, you know, that's it. and if there are people that buy it and don't have results, it's just because they're not doing the work. They're not implementing, you know?
Thank you. Yes. The big key for everybody that is successful is they actually implemented the training.
Yes.
So I need to thank you for being an implementer.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly, for spending some time with me. And good luck to you and your boyfriend when you head out now to try to find some spots for that ATM you have.
Definitely.
All right. You have a great night. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.